With that, let's dive right in. So far, we have covered pretty much everything there is to product-led growth, right from the fundamentals to growth funnels, engagement, retention, experimentation, monetization, and lots more, right? Every step of the journey. And now to wrap up all of this into actionable next steps in your career. Today, we are going to specifically talk about how to break into product-led growth, right? How do you kickstart a career in product-led growth? So we'll learn a lot more about how growth teams are structured, what skills you need to get in, career paths, and lots more, right? I'm super excited about this one, and I know you are too. And this is our last session, so let's end this on a high note. We have an amazing mentor coming up today, and I've seen the deck. It's amazing. You all will like it a lot.
Wanted to next dig in like a little bit more about like the top skills that you need, and uh, let's start with something lighter because I know like the last few slides were like slightly heavier. So this is like a question that you can ask to yourself, like, are you born to be a growth PM? Uh, I'll just give you guys 5 seconds to go through this.
Everyone's sending in laughing emojis, Himanshu, if you can see on the air meet screen.
So yeah, and jokes apart, I was just trying to add some satire because that's what ends up happening to us folks. Just jumping out into something relatively more serious about like what are the skills like you need, and just laying it on top of this completely blank pink circle, right? Like uh, I know it may seem like a little redundant, but it kind of boils down to the first core piece is like having a growth mindset. And what I mean by that is uh, that you really need to care for the user life cycles and the business metrics and prospect of bringing the company closer to meeting those commercial targets that they may have, and keeping in mind like uh, this whole empathy with like these large bunches of like users, like when you kind of think about the user's life cycle again. I think that nicely summarizes it. uh, so if you are the one like who wants to like or who has that kind of inclination uh, towards working on software while chasing down like possibly a commercial metric, you would be like a perfect fit for this role. But that is like just put so that's just like one of the pieces. Of course, growth mindset is more, much more. It's also about exploring and understanding opportunities where they may or may not exist. Like you have those sets. Like there are like known knowns, and then there are like known unknowns, right? When you like kind of start digging deeper in there, of known unknowns fall apart, and um, like kind of getting more deeper into being able to identify those opportunities, and that's what you kind of love doing. That's the growth mindset. And then to lay on top of it, first most important, most critical part is being like a cross functional champ, right? It's not only important to understand engineering, analytics, and design, which are anyways like the core skills like you need as a PM. Uh, for being a growth PM, you need to work a lot with marketing, ops, support, success teams. And you will have to learn and understand about like how all of these teams uh, interact, evolve, and are commonly able to work on larger software products. And um, more often than not, you are actually bridging that gap. Uh, you know, like of taking into account the fast learnings that possibly an ops or a marketing layer will provide you with. Then, of course, uh, you have to be prioritizing ruthlessly and over communicating. And that's again another part of this cross functional skill set you need. Second part, without any doubts, you'll need to have the analytical skills all ramped up, getting deeper into analytics, how to get all those all that user level data together, drawing out insights that actually matter, learning and knowing about experimentation frameworks, how you attribute uh, like uh, how do you attribute uplift in a business KPI or any other important KPI to a core change you did. All of those parts basically kind of come up together much more strongly when you think about the growth roles, the product growth roles. And last but definitely not the least, being a large picture thinker, being an ecosystems thinker, someone who can, um, you know, at will detach themselves from the layers we play at and kind of get to that 10,000 feet view, think about the whole ecosystem, how things are kind of flowing top down, and possibly understanding it in enough detail that when you make like some changes with some levers at one corner, how the whole machinery kind of reacts, and uh, what does it give out as an output. Like that is something that is constantly needed because of the nature of this growth PM role itself, where you again be spending a lot of time trying to find out opportunities, uh, and it just becomes simpler when you're looking cross system instead of like just one silo or one vertical at a time. Um, so again, these are the key soft skills slash tools that will come out from here, and like slash all of that, but just didn't want to segregate any of that out, and just wanted to put that all out together. So yeah, this is what you guys will need. Yeah, so this is a quick one, and I'm not going to be spending possibly more than a minute on this, but like, because I kind of feel that there is this bias out there that certain personas cannot be PMs, or only certain personas can be PMs. Now, of course, like I myself try to serve as an example, and like who is anti of that theory. Like you guys saw, uh, completely from being an engineer, hopped on to being a product guy, hopped on to becoming like a marketing guy, and took some detours, came back to product, finally started working deeper into product slash growth, and understanding product growth as a function itself and going deeper there. Uh, I, from like my POV, I'm a complete supporter of I completely feel that any of these functions can go out and be a PM. And like you would have seen, like we have actually seen like a lot of these cases where you will be able to find such common paths where an analyst becomes a marketeer and then becomes a growth PM, kind of gets like all those three types of skills in, where you have the data chops, you kind of learn more about the user acquisition, you learn more about working better as a cross-functional person, and then you kind of land as a growth PM. We have had consultants who are coming primarily from a strategy background. They kind of come in, first work as a product strategist or product specialist, and again these pathways are pretty much similar across Airbnb, Facebook, Dropbox. A lot of them have similar pathways again built in, where there is this intermittent role that you kind of like pass through, and again get deeper into understanding of how like actually the software teams work, how does the marketing team work, and how do you kind of get right in there in between to create impact. So just wanted to take a couple of examples from there.